is Ray. I'll be your safari driver, animal spotter, and all-around ray of sunshine as we go through the 800 square mile Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Above your head are animal spotting guides with pictures of many of the animals we might see while we're out and about. Some of my favorite animals up there include the helmeted guinea fowl, the Egyptian goose, and the white-faced whistling duck. I don't guarantee we'll see them or really any of the animals, but I'm going to try to find something to talk about over the next 2 weeks. I'm going to move up right to the edge of the reserve. Wait for final approval. And I do want to point something out to you. It's on the official sign over there on the right. Look closely at the animal. Look very closely. It's looking down at its hooves. Ergo, those horns are growing out of the top of its head and not its nose, like I thought for the first 3 months when I moved to Africa. Yeah, that was a fun one. But that's a sable antelope, and it's one of the many animals we might find. So let's get to it. Y'all stay in your seats and keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs in the truck. We're starting our journey in the Ituri Forest. And out on the right side, there's our first animal. Brown-bodied, striped-legged, white-faced, that is an okapi. The okapi are very shy and reclusive and weren't discovered by the Western world until 1901. Clearly, they are the closest living relative to a... Yes, I knew I had a smart group. Giraffe it is. They have the long neck, long skull, and even long tongue like a giraffe. So if it wanted to, it could lick its own eyeball.
Agora já?
Olha lá o rinoceronte lá atrás.
Let's see what else we can find.
Olha o rinoceronte.
Well, see some antelope way ahead of us.
Ah, estão tudo ali deitados aí. Levanta. Ali na frente.
Wait a second, moving against the ridgeline, there's a rhino, folks. Now we're seeing its backside. Always the best view. There's a profile. Now it's hiding. How easy a 3,500 to 5,000 animal can disappear. Some bongos up on the ridgeline with their reddish-brown coats. The gray animals are tannish antelope. Those are the greater kudu, second tallest we'll find, and they're all ladies. The black and white bird, that is a saddle-billed stork. It stands about 6 foot tall. Well, let's head out of the forest and go on down to the Safi River, trying to find some of the more aquatic animals, like fish. Yeah. Well, they're not fish, but on the island are a bunch of pelicans. Those are pink-backed pelicans, colonial nesters.
Pelicano, tira foto desse pelicano.
Eu não estou tirando foto, não estou tirando foto por
Some more pelicans on the far shoreline.
bom assim.
Aqui acho que é peixe. Aqui acho que é peixe. Não é hipopótamo não.
Wait a second, that looks like movement in the water. Yes, folks, there's a hippo in the water here, folks.
Ah, hipopótamo. Nossa, que gigante.
The hippos move from point A to point B. They don't swim like you might think. Instead, they sink to the bottom of the river and walk to get to where they're going. Yeah, it should be right in here, Dan.
Olha lá, ó.
They can stay underwater for 5 to 8 minutes at a time. They can even sleep underwater, folks.
Não, sacanagem, velho. Sacanagem.
Oh, here's a couple
Não, mas não viu o bicho, velho.
Look at that. You can really see how massive they are. A group of hippos is known as a bloat. Looks like another one on the beach here.
Olha o que tá dormindo. É o motomó. Ó, tem outro mergulhando.
And on the far
É o
shoreline
motomó.
in the water, how about some crocodiles? There's at least 3 of them out there that I spotted. Here's a 4th one.
1, 2,
Crocodiles
3,
don't
4,
sweat,
5.
so to regulate their body temperature.
Olha o tamanho do bicho. O Lacoste. Bicho é gigante.
If I have any
irmão.
wilderness explorers on board, you'll need to know the name of the truck you're on to get your safari badge. This one is the best one in the fleet, and that's why it's known as Simba 1. That's S-I-M-B-A and the number 1. Write that down in your Explorer handbook, and when we get back to the village eventually, you can talk to a wilderness explorer and earn your safari badge. On the right side is a baobab tree. This tree will live to be about 2,000 years old. It's also known as the upside down tree because of the way it looks as if its roots are up in the air. But those are its branches.
Caralho, velho. É velho que o Brasil só tem 500.
And now we descend into the African grasslands. They stretch for hundreds of miles in East Africa and are like a superhighway for millions of migrating animals that come through here each and every year. Yes, this is just a small portion of that wild Africa we're trying to protect and preserve here in the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Lots of animals out and about. We'll try to get closer and tell you a little bit about them.
É, a rede vizinha e o tio Paju.
Isso pra sacar.
A girafa tá acordada, a zebra também tá. Popó.
Ué, que
What do you
bicho é
see?
aqui? Aí é cachorro do
né?
On the left side, yeah, painted dogs are wild African wolves. The most dangerous animal and most successful predator in all of Africa. Juvenile zebra on the right,
Olha a zebra de São Lado, mãe. Não tá nela.
and again those painted dogs on the left. Painted dogs will chase their prey until it drops from exhaustion. A group of zebra, that's known as a dazzle.
É
Com
branca.
marrom.
Não, gente, tá encardido.
É marrom.
Gente, ela rola na mão.
Also out on the left side, some dark brown
Olha o
antelope.
calhões do
Those
tamanho do
are
chifre.
sable antelope. When it comes to the fight or flight response, they're not going to run from that fight. No, they will stand their ground. The big piles of dirt coming up on both sides of us. These are termite mounds. Termites build them with dirt, saliva, and dung. Tell you what, if we're lucky, there'll be a termite mound by our base camp. We'll get some fresh termites and enjoy some termite s'mores at the campfire tonight. No, thank you. Have you ever had termites?
No. I'm planning on it.
Now, see, when I was growing up, Mama always said I had to try everything before I made up my mind.
And then it also says use wisdom and you'll be wise, and I'm not it.
Oh, there's Giraffe taking a peek at us. Looks like a Maasai giraffe with a leafier, lacy edge to the spots on their pelt. This one's nibbling away at some of the lower branches. I love watching giraffe eat. See, if you're extremely lucky, you'll watch them chew, and then when they swallow, you can watch the big glob of food travel all the way down their neck. And then a couple seconds later, you'll watch that big glob of food travel all the way back up their neck, and they'll chew it again. Yes, their ruminants like cow with a multi-chambered tummy, so they get enough nutrients out of what they eat. What comes out the other end kind of looks like milk duds.
You just ruined milk duds.
Eu quero saber que hora que o leão vai correr atrás da zebra.
Lots of animals in the clearing over here. I see gray animals, which are wildebeest. I see little bitty critters laying down, one standing up. Those are springbok with their tan backs, white belly, and black racing stripe. Springbok weigh about 100 pounds, fully grown, and they can leap 10 to 11 feet at a time while running up to 55 miles an hour.
Oh, we got some.
Oh my goodness. Some Patterson eland. Oh yeah, there's the photo op. Yum, 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 yum.
Now, why did he do that? Is he thirsty? Oh, he's
A lot of animals have a special organ in their nose and mouth, and that helps them to identify if the female is ready to
okay.
spend some time with him.
Flowers first.
Yeah. The male eland can weigh up to 2,000 pounds and leap up to 6 foot straight up. And he does have a very unique way of attracting a female. The male eland will find a lovely bush, pee on it, and then rub his head and horns all through it to get it all taken off his head like a big flower crown. Then he goes strutting around like, hey, how you doing? I mean, it works for the eland. You be you, right? Wildebeest out there.
Igual lá, ele bebeu.
Mandrills on the rocks here on the left. He's identified by the bright red and blue markings on both ends of their bodies. See if we can't get another look at the left. But we've also got a great view of an elephant on the right.
Cara.
I only see the one elephant in the area, so it's undoubtedly a male. Male elephants lead solitary lives. Elephant herds are made up of women and children only. The boys get kicked out at about age 13 to 15 years old. Well, it is a little early to go out to Tabooly Tipsy Camp for high tea. They do put out a good spread though, folks. Their finger sandwiches are legendary. Oh, there we go, another view of that elephant. Great photo for the last page of a scrapbook.
Ele podia virar pra cá, né? Pra nós tirar foto da cara.
Let's go to the red clay pits and see if we can't find any more little elephants. Elephants like to go to the red clay pits and eat the red mud, as it helps get vital minerals and nutrients into their diet they don't ordinarily get. I'm not too worried about this bridge. I know they've been working on it a lot. It does sound better than it used to. Let's see. Oh yeah, see a lot of tussle here on the right. Evidence that elephants do know about this area. And I see some elephants over on the left. Oh my goodness, look at the little baby nuggets. Oh my goodness. Wow. You're a little cutie, aren't you? A baby elephant like that, when it's born, only weighs about 250 to 300 pounds. That's all. And that's after a 22-month pregnancy. Looks like there's more adults here in the area. We should get a great view once we get these bushes and rocks out of the way.
Eu acho que aqui eles estão chegando a ficar sozinhos, porque esse aqui tá em banda.
Oh yeah. some cows over on the right side. I'm sure you wanted to see those. Those are the Angolan Watusi cows. Those horns get to be about 6 foot tip to tip. Those cows are not used for milk, meat, or work. They are purely a status symbol, although they will be included as part of a dowry. So keep that in mind, gentlemen.
I think this is the farm.
Some flamingos coming into view. These are the greater flamingos, the lightest yet tallest flamingo of all. A group of flamingos known as a flamboyance. Their brightest colored pink, as you can see, is actually on the underside of their wings.
Eles têm pulseirinha, quer dizer? É, tornozelo.
Tudo comer teu filho.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Folks, this here is some white rhino. They weigh about 5,000 pounds and can charge it up to 35 miles an hour. So don't worry, they'll zip right by us. We only go about 8. A group of rhinos is known as a crash. They have very poor eyesight. Even at this distance, we're probably just a blob. But their hearing is incredible. They can rotate each ear individually of each other to help identify and locate what it's hearing. Ostrich walking away on the right side. Fastest bird. They'll run about 40 miles an hour. Well spotted, sir. Yeah, there's a cheetah about 60% off the ridgeline here on the left. Cheetahs are the fastest land animals known to man, and yes, they can run up to around 60 miles an hour. They are daytime hunters, and they rely on their markings to help them blend in with their surroundings. I see another one moving about up ahead.
Olha a outra ali.
Forse mulher.
Oh, I lost it. Oh, here it is. Here it is, moving the opposite way now. Oh, there's a second one. My goodness. Group of cheetahs known as a coalition. Well, they are daytime hunters, so I think I'll just leave them alone. We'll move on. We'll circle around these copies. Sometimes animals are on top getting a view of things or just taking a nap. I see some water buck ahead of us in the distance.
Acho que elas preferem
See
olhar
if
o
we can't get around this big rock and get us a better view of them. Water buck do secrete an oily substance onto their fur to allow them to run into deeper waters to evade predators. You know, predators like the lion that I see up on the rocks to the left. See what we can do as far as getting an angle on that lion. Should be right there. The lion's roar can be heard up to 5 miles away. But it's not like what you hear in TV and in movies. It's more of a chuffing sound. More like, oh, 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 oh. Got some warthogs coming into view on the left. Group of warthogs known as a sounder. They'll dig these burrows out with their tusks and teeth and back into them to prevent predators from coming in after them. I wouldn't necessarily call them Pumbaa. Pumbaa Swahili for foolish. But I know where you're coming from. We learned a lot of Swahili in that movie. Here's an ostrich, another ostrich running in, and those little water bugs. Oh, and how about that pile of dirt between the two tree trunks? That's what's known as a midden pile. It's a rhino bulletin board. Yes, all the rhinos in the area will do a number 2 in the same spot. Then they'll sniff around and they'll be able to tell who's here, who wants to go on a date, etc., etc. Leave its own post-it and move on. Some ostrich eggs to the right, weighing in at around 3 pounds. They're equivalent to approximately 2 dozen chicken eggs.
Eu vi. É os outros avestruz. Gigante.
Well, let's see, the rumors are true. Yes, I see some goats. There's been talk that the wardens are raising Nigerian dwarf goats out here on the edge of the village. This is going to be a great boon for the village, not only as a source of fresh milk, but also commodity to sell and trade. Why, there's even one with a jeep. Where does it think it's going? I'll tell you, I can't wait for the first batch of milk to make it to the village. The powdered stuff I've been drinking just doesn't taste the same. Naturally, you can always help with your local wildlife and wild places, but doing things where you live. Now, it could be something simple like putting out a birdhouse or a bat house, or it could even be as simple as something I did about a month ago, and that's wander down to the local shelter and adopt one of the lovable critters you find there. Oh, I'm not going to guarantee you'll find a cheetah or an ostrich, but hopefully you can find something to love. That way future generations can see the beauty that surrounds us all. Well, friends, I'm a little bit saddened right now. See, after all this time, we've only made it to the other side of the village. I reckon I'll pull on in and drop you off at the old cattle docks. And that way you can go explore the local shopping, dining, and entertainment options in the village. Or, if you're more adventurous, go down the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail, where you might find gorillas, monkeys, meerkats, or even something they call a naked mole rat. Yeah. We got our clearance into the dock, so as we do pull in, one last bit of Swahili for you. That'll be Kwaherni. It means go well. Folks, it's been a pleasure to take you out on safari, and I really hope you enjoyed the short time we spent together. Have a great afternoon wherever your travels take you. Be safe, have fun, and Kwaherni, everyone. Oh, you got it. There we go. On the right side, watch hands, arms, feet, legs. The doors are opening. Watch your step down, too. Bye-bye. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Sorry we didn't get to those termite s'mores.
That's no.
Thank you so much.
Hey, it's not a selfish motive in my body.